All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your fourth day of action here in the 2.5K Centurion. My name is Jordan Bromley, joined for the first time ever, I think, in commentary by Ricky Croson. Ricky, what's going on?
Hey mate, not too much. It's nice to be here, and there's been plenty of action on this Centurion final table. We've been watching it last night.
Yeah, we've been talking about potentially trying to get you in the booth for the better part of, I want to say, the entire series. There's kind of been whispers here and there about trying to get you in, so I'm glad to have you for this four-handed battle. We're going to only have Ricky for about half an hour before he goes to jump into the big bounty, which already has 300 entrants pre-rego, so crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a big field. I think a lot of people that bust out of the Jackstar will pop in because there's no other Hold'em dealt tournaments besides the main. And a lot of people have already bagged the main. So.
Yeah, 2 bets.
So we've obviously got that one kicking off at around 4 o'clock local. Main flight kicking off at around 6 o'clock, and that one's going to be finishing very, very late. So what you guys didn't see last night is that we had the stream unfortunately crash at about 3:30 in the morning local. These guys played to that point, so we missed about 20 minutes worth of play. We didn't miss any eliminations. Naj and Dustin pretty much neck and neck at 25 mil apiece. Dean and Aaron likewise at 21 and 23. What I will tell you is that obviously when you guys would have witnessed the crash last night, Aaron would have been the chip leader facing a 3-bet jam of 22 bigs from Dustin. Dustin holding ace-queen and Aaron making the call with the ace-jack suited, unable to get the elimination, and so those guys flipped positions, which means this is where we are now. Who have you been supporting the whole way through this one, Ricky?
Well, I'm actually good friends with Dustin. He comes to the Star and plays the Saturday tournaments, and yeah, I'm happy to rail anyone really, but yeah, I've been talking a lot with Dustin since he started getting deep the start of yesterday, and this is his biggest spot. I think his biggest final table leading up to this is like the Star Saturday monthly, which is like 16K for first.
Oh, huge!
So yeah, he said he's a little bit nervous, but he's just staying on his same game that he's been playing the whole way, and he's definitely got the kahunas, that's for sure. He's made some massive ICM calls, a huge one yesterday against Dean, which was like nosebleed.
Absurd levels of theory.
It reminded me of the Adrian Attenborough call. Like, if he was wrong, he's got 15 bigs.
Yeah, wow.
And Dean ran a beautiful GTO line, 3/4 pot turn. All of his stacked up 5 bigs on the river, and Dustin calls with fourth pair.
Yeah, crazy. Picking up the action here, looks like Naj is going to be taking the aggression pre-flop and also c-betting a position here. Dean, 10-9 suited, top pair. Probably going to be coming along with at least a call. Multi-way, if it was heads up, you may consider check raise and then jamming turns against Naj, but I think given we are 3-way here, that would be a little bit too aggressive, though he seems tempted. Reaching for those greens, 100,000 each. Looks like we are counting out the entirety of the stack. Maybe he's considering wagering more than just 250k. As I don't think 250 is actually a legal bet given the blinds are 500, so I think Naj has actually got a little bit more out there, but we'll get clarification on that in a moment. 18 bigs behind. Looks like he does just decide to find check jam. And we can see that it will work out for him. Naj instantly folding. Dean picks up a nice one, so he is comfortably up into third position now. Benji Games on Twitch saying, Ricky K. Ricky, yep, if you guys have any questions for Ricky, Ricky's been, how long have you been playing poker for?
I think this is my 18th year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long journey, and yeah, it's been exciting, and it's definitely challenging when you play not backed and not staked at all, but you know, I've got no pride. If my bankroll drops, I'm happy to play lower, and so when I'm up playing back up higher, I'm there on full noise, which is what I want.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been great, and it's been a good start to this year, and with having Karina in my life as well. So yeah, we make a good team to do plenty of study together, and yeah, it's starting to get some results as well, and she's getting results, so it's really good.
Yeah, fantastic. If you guys have any questions for the man with 18 plus years of experience in poker, please feel free to send them through. Dustin's going to open the ace-queen suited here, and Aaron could have a decision to make. 19 big blinds to start. Dean with the jack-8 of clubs may consider calling from small, just decides to fold, and now Aaron This one's just meant to be going in theory, I would think. I mean, 20 big blinds and ace-10 suited feels like a pretty clear decision.
Yeah, too strong to be putting this one in the bin.
Dustin.
No ICM for him, really.
Yeah. Dustin's going to have a really clear decision as well. I mean, ace-queen suited is basically a snap for 20. He's going to ask for a count. Let's get into some of your things in the chat in a moment. We'll just get the conclusion of this hand first. But Dustin's asking to see exactly how it is. 10 million is the amount, so 20 blinds, and I think this one is definitely going to be seeing the middle. I think ace-jack offsuit might be a bit of a close one, but ace-queen suited is just far too good of a hand, I would think, right, Ricky?
Yeah, the chips should be in the middle. And it's interesting, the contrast in Dustin's play, how he will man up and make these huge hero calls and then be slightly tighter in these spots.
Yeah.
This should be in with his stack yesterday.
Yeah. This call should be made as of like 30 seconds ago. Definitely not going to be folding, I wouldn't think. This is kind of just a mandatory call off. Isaac Shao says this is a slow roll. I don't know about a slow roll, but it definitely feels like a bit of a nit roll. But obviously these guys are playing for insane amounts of money. I mean, fourth place is 97,335, and the ladder from that to third is more than 50,000. So obviously every decision is very big, but Dustin should definitely be putting the chips in, and they should be in already. Feels like a bit of a formality at this point. As he does clutch, puts him in.
All right. What? Snap.
Yeah, Naj says, oh yeah, these guys definitely feeling it's a bit of a nit roll. That one's a snap. I think Aaron was probably feeling pretty good about getting called after that long of a tank, but he's going to have to try and find a 10 or some clubs.
Would be disappointing to see that from Aaron.
Yeah, 9-5-4, rainbow, no help immediately. Backdoor flush draws, backdoor wheel draws. That is not going to help him. Needs a 10 and a 10 only on the river, or we will be three-handed. 4 of clubs is no help, as we say GG's to Aaron Lee, finishing in 4th position. Neuron Poker, taking home $97,335.
And there goes another scalp for, we call him the Korean Prince at the casino. And Samnida.
Picking up a question, Benji. Ricky, you mentioned you and your partner studying sessions. How do you approach studying?
So we have a couple of different things that we do. We watch videos, courses like Pad's course, and like it's because we both play full time. You want to have days away where you're not talking or thinking about poker, but obviously we just talk strat a lot and sometimes get into arguments. But it's so advantageous to have a second opinion when you are studying, like watching videos or whatever you want to do, and having a different opinion. And yeah, you know, like I think Karina really complements my game, and I hope that I've complemented her game. I think she's definitely better than me in many areas of the game. So yeah, we go through waves as well. Like especially for me, I'll go through a section where for a month I'll just do so many hours a week, and then I just won't study like for another month, or I'll just do something different instead of like studying actual videos.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely something I find that I fall into as well, where I'll be doing the same thing, studying for such a long time, and I kind of get bored of it that I need to find something else to do instead to kind of reinvigorate my mind poker-wise, right?
Yeah, I've never met anyone like Adrian Attenborough back in the day. When he first started, he was studying more than he played, and he was doing copious amount of hours for years, and then it paid off, obviously.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch his success.
Naj with a gut shot in the big blind against this button limp from Dean. Looks like he's just going to lead into this board and takes it down against Queen High. Definitely a better board for a big blind check back range, as we see the blinds at 250k, 500k. Dustin, touch over 70 big blinds, feeling very, very comfortable. Dean, 25 is our shorty three-handed, but anything can happen. I mean, we've seen fluctuations in the Centurion from three-handed. The chip leader busts in third. The short stack wins the tournament, so anything can happen. Just going to have to see how we go from here. How do you think you'd be approaching this one if you're sitting in Dustin's shoes here with 72 bigs?
So he said to me, like, he said he played a lot with Naj yesterday, and he's just not willing to back down and surrender because Naj is absolutely ruthless. And I think that's the approach I would stay on. You've got to go for it, especially when you are the chip leader. Yeah, you've got to go for your reads and just go with your feel of the play and not sit there and just try and fold to heads up or something, because you basically want to wreck the other chip leader when you come to a final table.
Yeah.
Then once you do that, the short stack will just be seeing you guys battle, and he will often surrender, and then you'll get heads up the third player who won't have that many bigs, and you can just run over them.
Yeah, for sure. Naj with the ace-king funds the race to 1.6 blind v blind. Dustin, Jack-8 offsuit feels like a nice hand to come along with, and we are going to see some blind v blind action. 3.7 million out there to a flop we go. Naj the favorite right now. 963 all spades. Dustin with that jack of spades. Actually the favorite on this board. Big shout out to Patrick Russell. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Bimal saying that was a big jump from 4th to 3rd. Yeah, absolutely. Terry's asking, does Naj have an advantage here with his track records handling these sort of pay jumps? I definitely think he's going to be very aware of the fact that these guys may not have had results that are kind of to this point so far. And we all know Naj is a very, very capable PLO cash player. So he's been playing stakes that are probably the amount that's up top at this table just playing cash. So definitely going to be less in his mind. At King's in his mind though, but even more so for Dustin. He turns the jack high flush.
Yeah, I think Naj will definitely be playing on that. And yeah, this is life-changing sort of money.
Yeah.
All massive pay jumps for Dean and Dustin, and Naj will have no ICM fear at all. So it is a huge advantage for Naj, and he's been in this spot many times. So we'll see what happens here.
It's like a bet of 1.6 when Dustin was checked to after the flop check through. So the jack of diamonds, river, and Dustin. Where that jack high flush is going to be trying to extract some value. Naj with top pair. Dustin's going to want to pick a size that's going to be very polar between either bluffs or strong flushes. So I wonder if we're going to see something in the vicinity of around 5.5 to 6 million. No, it looks like he's happily just going to go for a middling size. Very value-y, 2.5. Hoping to get called by some of the low pairs with a spade, or even some sticky 2 pairs, King Jack, King 9, that didn't bet the flop. Looks like Naj.
Yeah, I don't like these polar sizes be good players. You put yourself in a spot rather than sizing it up a little bit more. You leave yourself open to check raises so much. Naj is taking that spot now. That's pressure.
Yeah, Naj recognizing that maybe for a 2.5 million bet on the river, Dustin isn't too strong, but there's a lot of things that you need to kind of take into account when finding a river raise. Firstly, the fact that you wouldn't bet the flop with an overcard and a spade, which in Dustin's mind, maybe he thinks that Naj is just going to be c-betting a little bit too much. Looks like he's just going to flick in the call. You win is announced. That jack of spades. And Naj slips down to 13 million. He and Dean are much closer now. And I think if Naj wanted to try and accomplish that and represent what he wanted to represent, he needed to go a lot larger on that river. Potentially even as big as an all-in size would have been what he would needed. I mean, it just says that if I go all in, maybe you fold. So.
You're all in, might fold. And he still calls.
Yeah, we're talking about that hand.
What's in your ear? You getting like, are they talking to you? What to do?
As you guys know as well, the Jack Star in the background is obviously still going on, but the counts in that were just ridiculous. I mean, I believe it locked out at 1,472 entrants, or something very close to that. I'll get you the exact amount, 1477. So almost 500 more entries than last year's event, which is just absurd. $384,000 for the winner. I'll definitely be bringing you guys some coverage of that later on this evening once this concludes. Obviously had a pretty big couple of days covering the Centurion. We wrapped up here locally about 3:30 a.m. I was back at around 11 to help out with the dealing, so I'm operating on a copious amount of 4 hours of sleep.
You do look a little bit glassy-eyed.
Look, I'll be honest, the conjunctivitis that I've got for the last week hasn't really been helping, but we're working through it together. Raise from Dustin with the king-queen suited. Dean with 10-9. Feels like a very callable hand to defend in position.
Yeah, I do like this raise. The shove's okay, but I like the raise as well. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong blinds.
Wow, he folds. Doesn't decide to defend this 22 effective. I feel like that's a little bit too tight. That's allowing your opponent to run you over. We're getting a couple of questions in the chat regarding a potential deal. And look, you guys see that man on the left of screen? I really don't think there's any chance he makes a deal here.
I agree.
The only chance that he makes a deal is if they get heads up. Similar to the 5K last year, he made a deal heads up with Tom Maguire, but not sure whether or not that will be the case here. I think he just wants to play for the glory and play for all of it.
Dustin with the ace deuce on the button.
Yeah, these aces are going to be mandatory raises for his stack. Looks like he's going to go slightly larger to disincentivize some calls from Naj, and I actually like this. Naj is very happy to call almost any 2 cards in the big blind, so looks like he's sizing it up slightly to disincentivize him. Down goes the 7-3, Dustin. Almost at 50 million, and that is a sizable amount of the chips in play. There's 72.1 million in play, and he's cruising with around 75% of them. Beachman is asking how many remain in the Jackstar. I think we're looking at around 400 remaining in the Jackstar, but I'll get that exact figure. No, 288.
Just under 300.
Much lower than I thought. So we're cruising downwards closer to the money.
Yeah, the Jackstar is just ridiculous. The series, the growth in this series every year is just... I was talking to Joel, 4 or 5 years from now, where will we be?
Yeah.
And I think there'll be international attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
The main will be $1 million for first. If the Jackstar keeps growing, maybe it'll be 2 day ones. It'll be 500 for first. Yeah, it's like a mini World Series for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack 8-3, Rainbow. Not a bad flop for Dustin. Top and bottom just keeps getting better for him. Wonder if he'll ever check this back. Looks like he will, and wonder if that feels like for Naj the door is open to try and reach out and take it. Yep. Dustin allows Naj. Naj takes the bait. And I really like Dustin checking this spot. He knows that Naj is a little bit over-aggressive in some of these spots, so giving him rope may be the way to go. River is the 4 of clubs. 2.7 out there.
Interesting to see what sizing Naj chooses here. He could go 1.5 pot.
Yeah, this could be an overbet spot from him. It looks like he just decides to wave the white flag. Dustin definitely needs to try and extract any value he can from one pair. We saw him choose the 1/3 size before when he had the Jack of Spades. I wonder if we'll see 900k here. No, it looks like he goes for full pot himself.
Yeah.
Justin, bad read.
Didn't want to leave himself open again.
Benji says they made a pretty big statement last year that they don't plan on moving away from the Sharks. I mean, yeah, but also, like, where are you going to put 1,500 people? We were actually having a conversation about this yesterday, Tom and I, and Chris and I. And I don't know whether or not you may have some more info. I had a theory that yesterday's tournament, the Jackstar, is the most entrants ever for a day one of any event. Because obviously the main events at the Aussie Millions and other events have had flights. Obviously the WPT League one where they had 3,500 entrants in their 250 main was a collection of flights, but for a single event with no flights.
For a seating in Australia.
Yeah.
I think it would be close.
It would probably have to be, right?
I can't think of anything
2 aces,
that
1.5.
not including re-entries, just basic seating.
Well, even still, I mean, it got up to 1,258 entries on day one, and I don't think anything has ever come close to that.
Yeah.
Dustin raising the ace-king suited from the small line. Dean Jack 10 out of there as Dustin eclipsed that half century.
I think I heard Joel say there's 78 tables
Yeah,
for that event.
From what I'm aware, the 78 tables were here in the Mozza Mozza, which is the additional seating that's in the old Italian restaurant in the Southport Sharks venue. But then there's an additional 11 tables in the Cabana Bar where they were using for some of the self-held tournaments as well.
Okay, so potentially 88 tables for the Jack Star.
If needed, plenty. Plenty. But maybe we'll need to have a chat to Sharks and get them to build a second story upstairs.
Yeah.
Dustin going to continue the aggression. This one from the button. I wonder if he's going to keep going to this inflated 1.3 million. Looks like that is what it will be, and there's a nice adjustment that he's making. Naj, 8-6 offsuit. These hands become very awkward against this 2.6x open. Yeah, he's going to pass it up. Actually really like
this.
Yeah, this is
Smart
cool
from
to
Dustin.
watch.
Yeah, this is good.
Dustin obviously watched some tape last night, had some conversations with some people.
And what Dustin is also, what he's doing also is he's blocking Dean. So Dean has to come in with a 3-bet. And he doesn't want to end up in the, because he doesn't want to end up in the sandwich between Naj and Dustin. So it's very, very smart play. Right, we've got some aces here. Dean's working up some ace-7 off.
Dean 20 big blinds to start. The opens, I think Naj is going to feel obliged to request a triangle.
Right.
Usually he doesn't think too long, and he does just very quickly jam it in there. Jack 9 offsuit goes down, and oh my god!
Dean snapped
He
off.
snaps him off!
Is that ace-7?
No, I was kind of surprised to see the a7 as well. We could be heads up here. I mean, there are chances that these guys chop it. 66% for Naj, 34 for Dean. Let's see all 5 and potentially get ourselves heads up in this event. Oh my goodness, the 8-7-3 rainbow board. Naj needs to improve. Queen of Hearts is no good.
No.
It's a 4-slide club, spade, or heart. Instead, it is not. It is close, but the 10 of spades leaves Naj with 0.4 of a big blind. These guys are shaking hands, but we are going to get confirmation on exactly what the stacks look like.
Yeah.
Things are going to get verified. Shake of the head. Naj can't believe it.
What's the pay jump from third to second?
Third to second is
67K?
is more. Third to second is less than the difference in heads up battle. It's about third to second is 120 or something.
Oh lordy,
That's a massive 7.
that was a snap from Dean. No ICM, let's go for the win. Show me king queen. No.
10, 9, 50. I got 9.
Locates the 7.
5, 3.
As I think there was a slight error in the graphics earlier,
Yep.
which means that we are officially heads up as we see the payouts. 2 10s, the difference is 80k. Sorry guys, you are correct.
Yeah, 4 high.
And all of a sudden we are heads up in the Centurion. Dean really needing to win that one to get himself a fighting chance.
No, yeah.
And no doubt Naj is going to be relatively disappointed. So we're going to pause for a moment and to get clarification from the production team exactly what we're going to be doing from here, because these guys have just walked away. So we could be having a conversation about numbers. I will let you know what we are going to be looking at. Ricky and I'll be back in just a moment.
Yep, 47.
All right, welcome back, guys. We'll get those cameras sorted. And yes, I do have some news regarding a deal that was made between these two guys as we get our split screen cameras sorted out. Don't worry, it'll be fixed. Whoa, too far that way, too far that way. Right in the middle is where we want to be. So, an ICM deal was made heads up. Justin, which is not correct, his name is Dustin, takes home $300,000. Dean, $245,000. And these guys are now playing a heads-up battle worth $10,640 additional for the victor here, as well as that 100K invitational ticket. So deal made. Everything is all locked up. $1.622 million prize pool has been fully dished out outside of a $10,000 heads-up battle. And let the match begin. Kings for Dustin Zhang. Dean with just 7 high. And once Dean makes this laydown, which I assume he will after betting the flop, got a very exciting introduction to make that plenty of you guys have been asking me about over the course of the last week or so in the chats. Mrs. Nikki Pickering, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
It's nice of you to finally join us.
I know, I'm very fresh. Day 1, it's day 13 here, but it's day 1 for me, so I am just full of energy.
Yeah, I'm operating on day 14 because I did the fantasy draft on the day before the series started.
Okay, so. High achiever.
Well, no, I'm just exhausted. All right.
You look good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You look fresh.
Yeah. So how was the flight? How was everything getting here?
It was good. I mean, I've come from Melbourne, so the weather up here, the Sunshine State, doesn't disappoint.
Amazing.
Loving it. It was raining when I left. Yeah, so loving it. And I just want to catch up on what's happening in the Centurion.
Fantastic.
Everything, all the things. I mean, you've told me about the prize pool. It's just record breaking again in 2025.
Such a ridiculous amount of people just keep wanting to play more poker. 721 in this one, 558 last year.
Wow.
So an additional 163 players, not victims, jumping into this tournament, generating a prize pool that was absurd. 344 was up top, obviously, with the deal made. 300 for Dustin has been locked in. And if this was anything to go by, we had no idea how absurd things were going to turn out for the Jackstar. Jackstar has 480 more entrants this year than last year.
Crazy. What, just under 1,500?
Just under 1,500 is...
Hang on.
Is Dustin's card reader incorrect, or has he just got kings in back-to-back hands heads up? Dean finds a 3-bet. This is absurd. Takes it north of 1.5 million after Dustin limped, and there's music to Dustin's ears. Benji says check his sleeves. We might have to. Something sus is going on here.
What do you do when you look down and you see pocket kings?
God, I get stacked by aces. Come on. Easy. Dustin obviously going to be reaching for a limp 3-bet here. Probably going to take it to something like 4 million. As in it goes.
4 million.
Makes it 4 million exactly. Dean, King 7 offsuit, facing a limp 3-bet. His hand obviously not performing very well.
What is he thinking here?
He's thinking that he is running into it. Obviously he's not thinking he's running into kings specifically, but his hand is just not good enough to be able to continue, especially offsuit out of position. I know it's early in the heads up, but you're just going to have to start folding. Now, you want to give us a quick rundown on some of the things that you want to do whilst you're here, some of the people that you want to catch up with, some of the content you want to make?
Look, you know what? It's really great to see some of the OG players from way back in the day. Billy the Croc's out there. You know, it really feels like I've just gone back in time. The atmosphere is so good. I'm just happy to be here, but I am going to play the ladies tonight.
Wonderful.
Love the ladies event, so we'll give that a go. And yeah, I'm just here. Here for it all.
Am I correct in thinking that you may have had a little bit of practice recently playing in a series in Adelaide?
I did sneak over to Adelaide. Adelaide's such a great place. It's very much like Melbourne, but just cheaper.
Just cheaper and better in every way apart from sport.
Get places quicker.
Yeah.
Sport schmort. Who cares?
Oh my
about
God.
sport?
A Melbourneite saying that about sport makes my head hurt. Dustin finding another check, and it looks like, oh, sorry, no, does make the call, and both of these guys locating a pair on the King 3 Deuce rainbow board. Dustin can't do anything wrong, keeps waking up with it.
I mean,
7-bet 900.
registers late, wasn't even going to play.
Yep.
Just going to walk home with 300,000.
It's the easiest 4 days of work of your entire life. Actually, in his case, I think it's 3 days, because I think he registered on day 2.
Yeah.
Yep, crazy stuff.
Just rolls in, no big deal.
300k richer, 5 of clubs as a brick, still has the best hand.
Is a brick. Now talk me through this, because listen, I'm old and ancient, and
Oh,
you know, for
please,
anyone out,
please.
but also I don't speak poker. I've been in the poker world for 20 years, but I don't speak.
Right.
What do you mean a brick?
So a brick is something that they use in construction to ensure the structures have, you know, it's going to be a long 5 days. It's okay. Dustin reaching, firing in 3,000. You missed them, didn't you? But they're back. It's okay. You've got 5 days worth of them.
Here we go.
3 million into 4.7. Dean, after the brick on the turn, being a card that does not change the overall texture of the board. So a 5 doesn't complete any obvious straights or
7-4.
flushes, even though 6-4 does. The call is made as he thought he got raised,
Oh, just top pair.
and
Fives.
he didn't really know what happened there. But he is going to win another pot and takes himself to 59,650. Dean nearing the danger zone, which is the sub 20 big blind spot. A couple of people asking about the deal. So the deal was made 300k for Dustin, 240,000 for Dean. These guys are playing a $10,000 heads up battle as opposed to a $134,000 heads up battle. Not bad for a few days' work.
Not bad at all. I mean, what would you do with the money? 300,000
300
right now.
Well, I've got some people that I owe money to, so I'd probably pay them back. And as for the rest, they just have to wait. Very common poker joke there. Not a dad joke, just a poker joke.
It's Verge Dad.
Jeez, my dad
Borderline
if my
dad.
dad had poker debts, we'd have a serious problem. Dustin looks like he's going to raise this one, no limping this time. 1.5 million.
7-4.
And the fold is made. So I saw you having a couple of chats with some people. You might have caught up with Jackie Glazier just before.
Jacqueline Glazier.
How was
See?
that?
She's always a pleasure to chat with. Love Jackie. So she's fired a couple of bullets in the main event. I think she'll give that another go perhaps tomorrow, but I hear that the next 4 bullets are going to be the big ones.
Right, okay. It's never the first 4, it's always the next 4.
Always the next four. Always the next. I think we have had over 1,200 entries for the main event already, which is, I think, around about 150 more than this time
Yep.
last year. So
Had the conversation last night with Chris. He was sitting in that chair there giving me the rundown on
Aha.
everything that happened. So we're a touch over where we were last year. If that continues at the same rate, the main will be bigger than last year as well. Maybe looking at potentially 800k
I
up
think so.
top.
I think so. And Heike is back out
Ike
there.
is loving it.
He's back out there with his t-shirts.
I've tried to get him in the booth. He said, oh, maybe. I'll see. I don't know.
No gamble, no future.
Absolutely not. The man and the myth has become a bit of a legend around these parts. He's been here for the better part of a week, causing all kinds of drama. I've actually got a funny story about him. He's already bagged the main event, right?
Right.
However, he didn't bag as much as he wanted to.
Oh, so he's going again.
He has been firing to the extent where Troy Sweet, who's a player that's had a very fantastic few results here, was in the end of the main event, and Heike announced, when there was 5 hands announced to be remaining, that he was going to jam all in every hand to try and make his hand larger. So Jack called off Ace Queen offsuit, and Heike had, as you would expect, the 4-3 offsuit. So Troy was very thankful for that 80,000 chip donation, and he's very comfortably into day 2.
Love that. I mean, I don't know why he needs more chips. I think he started last year's running table with one of the shortest stacks
Yeah.
and still managed to come second. So
Yeah, came second for, what, 480? I can't remember exactly how much it was.
Started with a 4. That's
Crazy.
Big.
Absurd amount
And
of
he had
money.
been playing for 2 or 3 months at that point.
Fantastic.
So it's anyone's game. You just got to be here, got to be in it to win it.
Justin Schachter says, Billy the Croc once 3 out of me in the biggest pot of my life, a 77k pot, looked at me and said, no pair, don't care, and proceeded to crush my soul, and I had to drive back to Melbourne.
1.2.
1.2.
Crushing. I mean, listen, You've got to have these bad beats. That's what makes you come back, learn, and return. Learn and return.
Come back stronger and sadder and with an antidepressant addiction. Dustin with the 9-5 offsuits calling this one. Ace queen on the 10-10-8. Couple of spades. Neither player with one. I think the pre-flop betting lead is going to continue firing, and I don't know whether or not Dustin's going to want to continue in any capacity. He is wrapped around the 10 and the 8, but with no spade, I think these ones are just going to be going into the muck. Yes, they do. It's funny you mentioned Billy the Croc, because there are a couple of other characters in World Poker that kind of have animals as mascots. There's Billy the Croc, there's a guy named Umberto Brenes, who has a little shark figurine that he puts on, and he always goes, Umberto! And there's a story that Lex Veldhouse played a hand against him, and Umberto stacked him in a really sick hand. And Umberto picks up the shark, and Lex goes, don't do it, Umberto, I'll throw that shark across the room. And apparently he just goes, Umberto! And Lex grabs the shark and pitches it about 40 tables away.
I did really... I didn't say that.
Sure you can. Really.
I did actually rub Billy's croc for good.
You're right, you shouldn't say that.
It was shiny, it was sparkling.
That's even worse.
3 raise 1.5.
Billy, the man with the shiny croc.
The shiny croc. Rub that.
I'm sure he was excited. Anyway, carrying on. Dustin's 75% VPIP, obviously being the most active player with the chip lead.
VPIP.
Yes.
Go on, break it down.
Voluntary put in pot. Voluntarily put in pot.
See, I'm learning things
There you
today.
go.
I am learning. I hope everyone else. I'm asking all the silly questions, so you don't have to.
Did you not watch my video about poker terminologies?
Of course I did.
Oh, you should know auto's
But
range
I
construction.
mean, we've got 8 seconds of, what is it?
Retention, attention
Correct.
span? Right,
Anything.
Okay. Right. It reminds me of Alzheimer's a little bit. It's terrible.
I'm getting to that age.
I once did a stand-up gig for an Alzheimer's ward.
I feel a dad joke
It
coming.
was fantastic. 2 hours, one joke.
That one's about a 2
Right.
out of 12.
Well, you're going to love this one.
Uh-oh.
I once did a stand-up set for an Alzheimer's ward. That brings it to about a 4.
4.5.
Dean with 11 million is going to be wanting to try and fight back against Dustin and get into this one.
How many languages can you speak?
Just 2.
Just 2. Just
Yes.
dad joke and
Yeah, English and just total bullshit. It's fantastic.
BS. Look at me.
It's more sarcasm. Sarcasm is my middle name, of course.
Okay.
My parents are a bit odd. I don't know why they put that as my middle name. Donna's asking how many left, please. Just 2.
Just the 2.
3 minus 1.
3 raise 1.5.
It's like a raise to 1.5 from Dustin with the ace-5 offsuit. Dean for 21 bigs.
I'm feeling the queen 9.
You are?
Suited.
Looks like he might be feeling it.
I mean, it's got to look. It's good looking at this point. When you're short stacked, short-ish stacked. I mean, you can still make a play here. 23 big blinds.
Can he make a play for the entire amount? He's reaching.
Not we all.
Well, maybe you are. Maybe you are being as short as you are. I don't have to reach very far. He does jam. Dustin with the ace-5 is going to ask for the count. Yeah, I think he looked this one up. I mean, we saw him make a bit of a tank call earlier with ace-queen of diamonds against the jam from Aaron Lee, but I think this is a little bit of a clearer spot. Heads up. Not going to be folding too many aces. He reaches and he calls. This could be it. We could have a champion in the Centurion relatively soon after this one kicked off. Only about 10 hands into this heads-up battle, and Dustin could be victorious. 45% of the time will hit a queen or a 9. A couple 6s and a deuce doesn't help. Backdoor clubs, a queen or a 9. What will it be?
Exciting, nope.
4 is no help. 6 outs, 1 time. Queen ball is requested. 6 ball delivered. As we say, GG's to Dean Stephenson, and Dustin Zhang is our 2025 Centurion champion. He's going to be taking home $310,640. And congratulations to Dean Stevenson, $245,000. And that is it, Nikki.
Wow.
That was short-lived. We'll have to have you back in commentary sometime in the not-too-distant future so
I'll
that
work
we
on
can
my jokes.
keep talking total smack. And we're going to leave it there for now, guys. I've received word that we're going to potentially try and bring the Jackstar into this feature table as soon as we can. However, for right now, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on Facebook, don't forget to like the video. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch. My name is Jordan Bromley. Nikki, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. See you next time.
And we'll see you soon on behalf of Joel Williams, Brendan Hardy, and the crew here at APL. We'll see you a little bit later on for the Jackstar.
Hey team, what state are you from, man?
Brisbane.
Queensland.
Yeah, what do you need from us?
Just need a signature there from you, please, sir. Oh, good catch.
You did good for us. Up to the front there.
Yeah, just go to the radio desk and I'll take care of it.